Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today Fractal Design releases a completely new case. I would say a combination of everything that we need. And today Fractal Meshify 2 is the case that we're going to talk about. So stay tuned because after the intro we're going to go into details about everything. Let's go! So basically, borrowing the design from the Fine 7, we have the Meshify 2, which has a dual layer design, and apart from that is full of dust filters. You have a dust filter on top, which is basically very interesting and very easily removed because you just pop, let me just show you the top, and we have this I would say this isn't a dust filter because you have a dust filter separated, but this is really interesting because it gives a nice airflow, still adding a bit of a help to the dust filter because the holes in between are very nice and small, but just enough for the airflow. And then we go to the literally the dust filter, which is, as you can see, very easily removed. So yeah, the same thing goes for the front part. So the front part is quite interesting as well because it see, no problem. And let me just place this back. It couldn't be easier, but the front one is also quite interesting because it opens like a door, and it's quite easy to access it. Open it with the Fractal Design logo here, and then you have the dust filter, which is easily removed, and this is, you basically just pull the top out for the dust filter. That's all there is to it. Now, since we're talking about dust filters, you have a bottom dust filter which goes through the whole chassis, and also very easy. There's nothing to it. It has a specific design, so you have all these parts that go standard in all Meshify cases, and there you go. Front two 140mm fans and one 140mm fan at the back, giving you a nice stock, I would say, exhaust and intake, and a nice airflow indeed. So basically placing an AIO on the top is all you need to add to this case, or a CPU tower cooler, depending on what you're aiming for. So let's start with the temperatures, skipping of course the amazing amount of dust filters. Running the Celsius Plus S28 Prisma on the Ryzen 9 3900X, I had really interesting temperatures, so 67 on full load, 68, and the GPU went maximum to 63 maybe. I think I saw it touch 63, 64, and it's MSI GeForce RTX 2070 Armor graphic card. Now you can see that, as usual in these bigger Fractal Design cases, you have loads of space for custom water cooling, and basically this part right here on the back side can be moved to the front like any other Fractal Design chassis that is in this size. And in the accessory box you get 4 additional hard drive brackets. Now the backside is something completely interesting because both panels that cover the backside and the front side don't have screws. And this is something that is quite cool for me because you just pop them out. There are no additional screws needed for the case. Now backside is quite interesting because at the bottom you have 2 3.5-inch brackets for your hard drives. On the back side, on the left side of the case, you have additional 3.5-inch bracket which you could place, or if you push the side panel on the front, you can place 4 additional hard drives stock. I think you could place even more, and I think I'm not mistaken, you can place even more hard drives if you buy the extra brackets, but for now 6 is quite alright. Then we go with something quite interesting, and that is Fractal Nexus Plus 2 controller for your fans. You have 5 3-pin connectors and you have 4 4-pin PWM connectors to connect your fans. This is outstanding, and the only thing you need for that is additional SATA power to connect it to your power supply to power it on, which isn't a problem. Now, the thing that they did with the Fractal Meshify 2 is backside has an additional plate that covers the bottom part of the cables, and I think they learned that from the Define 7, because the same panels, the same back panels and the side panels that go on the case, if you don't reorganize your cables perfectly, the panels will flip out. So placing the bottom part is some sort of protection that cables must be placed perfectly at the back, so you can place the panel and reorganize everything as you wish and basically close the panel without flipping it out. So this is something that they thought of to, I would say, push you guys to do a perfect cable management, just to have an ease of access at the back. So let me just, you won't see it, but let me just show you. This is it. And I have 6-pin and 8-pin for graphic card, 2 EPS, 8 pins going at the back, 24-pin, all extenders, additional cables coming from the power supply, all the RGB cables, and it still fits nicely. Now, motherboard compatibility, you can go with eATX up to 285 millimeters. Then of course you can place an ATX, micro ATX and mini ITX. It's fairly long, so it can fit top radiator up to 360 or 420 millimeters. On the front you can place 360 or 280 millimeters, rear radiator 120, and you can even place a bottom radiator 240 or 280, depending on how you want your configuration. So the bottom part is definitely for some custom loop or combination. And then we have the maximum power supply length, which is up to 250 millimeters, which makes the hard drive cage in a default position. So if you don't remove your hard drive cage, if you leave it as it is, 250 millimeters for your power supply. Now, as for the maximum GPU length, 491 millimeters in total, 447 with the front fans, and 315 millimeters if the storage part is moved on the front, which I would say is still quite alright, and you still have loads of space for huge graphic cards, even if you want loads of storage. Now, CPU cooler maximum height is 185 millimeters, and at the back you have 3 centimeters actually space for the cable management, which kind of makes this case quite bulky, right? But still, there is literally nothing that I'm against Fractal design cases. Talking about the top I/O part, we have 2 3.5mm jacks. One is for your headset and one is for your microphone. You have USB 3.1 generation 2 type C, and you have 2 USB 3.0, and of course you have the power on button and the reset buttons. One more thing that I would like to mention at the back of the case is it has, I would say, 6 Velcro ties with Fractal logo on it, and gives a nice touch and gives you the ability to rearrange the cables perfectly. And this is where I mentioned the bottom part at the back that covers the power supply shroud where the cables are. Velcro ties also help with the cables to be tightened nicely, so you can close the back panel without even having any issues. And you have 3 140mm fans, which are actually really good, which are dynamic X2 GP14 fans, and they aren't loud. They do create nice airflow through the case, and basically a stock fan that is already a great accessory to the case, and it gives really nice airflow, and it gives you, I would say, less spending opportunity to buy additional fans if you wish to do something nice with the case and you're aiming for lower temperatures, nice airflow, and still you don't want to go with some additional fans and spend extra money. Now the case comes in three varieties. You have it in black with light tinted glass, you have the black one in dark tinted glass, and you have the white version as well. I mean, I would say it's almost like Meshify S2. It also had all the same versions. It had a different front panel, and it definitely wasn't this wide. So I would say that my favorite, I was always favoring the Meshify S2 without a doubt, and I was saying to everybody, if they're checking out the case that is more for airflow and they want to have loads of space, they should go with S2. Now when this Fractal Meshify 2 arrived, I think I have a new favorite case to recommend, and this is PC Crazy approved badge, without a doubt. PC Crazy approved and premium badge, because you're buying a premium case, premium material, premium design, premium finish, and approved just because you have a fan hub, you have three outstanding, quiet 140mm fans, loads of dust filters to protect your inside components from dust, and Velcro ties, a great combination at the back side of the case to arrange the cables, and well, basically really cool idea with just popping out the side panels without using thumb screws or anything else. Guys, this is it. This was Fractal Design Meshify 2 case, the new arrival that was released today. And thank you for watching. If you like the video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to comment below your thoughts about the case, and are you going to go with this one if you're aiming for a new Fractal Design case. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for future content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.